Well, good afternoon. Keith, thank you for that nice introduction. 7 grandchildren and 1 more on the way, I might add. So we are very, very blessed at our home. So it is really a privilege to be able to speak at the 70th Iowa Association of School Boards Annual Convention. So first of all, congratulations on celebrating 70 years. And I just want to personally say thank you for your service and especially for your leadership. You know, Governor Branstad and I appreciate the opportunity to work with all of you, including the IASB staff, Executive Director Bartosik and her team are outstanding advocates for Iowa students. When I was asked to speak today, I realized that this really was a great opportunity. First, it was an opportunity to talk about the incredible work that we've done together and how, as a team, we are really transforming the educational system in Iowa. And secondly, it was an opportunity to build on our working relationship to do what we could to prepare the educated workforce and our students of tomorrow. So let me first start by saying we all understand that school boards play an absolute critical role. In each of your school districts, you set the vision, the goals, and the policies that prepare students for college or career training after high school graduation. But I think your interest goes just a little deeper, and it really is, I believe, what motivates you to serve. You are, in our finest Iowa tradition of local control, those who are the closest to the students, teachers, and administrators in our school districts. You know the families behind the students. These are not just students in a classroom. They are the children of your neighbors, your friends from church, your friends from work. They are your community, and they are the future of our state. This realization, I believe, is what led us to work together in 2013 to adopt a landmark education reform package. The centerpiece was establishing the most extensive teacher leadership and compensation system in the nation with 2 key objectives. Number 1 was to better utilize teacher expertise to improve instruction and to raise student achievement. Number 2, another piece of it was to attract and retain more highly effective teachers. It included rewarding top teachers with higher pay for taking on more responsibility in leadership roles such as instructional coaches and mentors. Top teachers now help analyze data, they fine-tune instructional strategies, and coach and co-teach. Given the higher expectations for all students, it really is no longer realistic to expect one principal to provide all the instructional leadership needed inside each school building. So as you know, Iowa's TLC program is now in the 2nd year of a 3-year phase-in. 115 school districts are now participating so far. 39 was launched the first year, 76 started this year, and I am so proud and happy to say that all school districts have applied to participate in the 2016-17 school year. And when we are fully implemented, about 25% of Iowa teachers will be in leadership roles across the state of Iowa. On our TLC listening tour that we've had the opportunity to do, we've gone out a couple different times to visit some of the school districts, and we've heard over and over that schools have more capacity to help students learn. We were in Dubuque a week ago, and for example, they have gone from 20 to 25 teachers in leadership roles to 215 teacher leaders today that are funded by the TLC system. A new analysis from the Iowa Department of Education shows Iowa is beginning to make good progress. The analysis is based on reports from each of the first 39 school districts on how well they met the goals that they submitted with their application. And 2 of the findings include, first, that 60% of school districts mostly or fully met the goals that they set locally for improving student achievement, which was one of the number 1 objectives. And second, 89% of the school districts mostly or fully met their goal for increasing collaboration. And I can tell you that is something we heard a lot about when we were traveling the state, talking about the blueprint for education reform from educators, and that was the opportunity to work together. So I'm confident that Iowa's teacher leadership system will speed up implementation of other educational improvement measures, such as high state academic standards and Iowa's initiative to help more children read proficiently by the end of third grade. School board members, teachers, and administrators across Iowa have shown that they are committed to make the most of the teacher leadership and compensation system. And I'm confident that the state will continue to show its commitment as well, because the funding is sustainable long term. So together, that's a great example of some pretty good work that we've been able to accomplish, but I think we would all agree that our job is far from finished. So today, I also wanted to take this opportunity to ask for your help with reaching another ambitious new goal that Governor Branstad and I set earlier this fall. And we're calling that new initiative, or the efforts, our Future Ready Iowa initiative, and it really dovetails and fits in with what we're doing with education reform and STEM. But the purpose of Future Ready Iowa is to assure that students and workers have the career opportunities that they deserve, and that employers have the skilled workers that they need to continue to grow and expand in our state. When we have the opportunity to visit all 99 counties, which we do each and every year, the employers almost without fail tell us that they are struggling to hire employees with the right skills. So the goal of Future Ready Iowa is, it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy, that by the year 2025, 70% of Iowa's workforce will have earned education or training beyond high school. Our 70% goal grows out of the realization that we have to strengthen the talent pipeline and close the skills gap. And to meet that goal, it is really essential that we begin to better align education, workforce, and economic development efforts. It's also clear from talking with the students as well as the school counselors that we need to provide better information about what those high-demand careers look like, not only for today, but the jobs of the future. Our 70% goal includes all Iowans in the workforce, regardless of their age, and especially every student that's graduating today or tomorrow. The fact is, and you'll hear this over and over, and we've actually heard it for some time now, that really is the new normal and the expectation to be successful. And we know that everyone needs education or training beyond high school if they're going to compete in a knowledge-based global economy. So that means either a 2 or a 4-year college degree, completing an apprenticeship program, gaining other credentials and experience that launch or advance careers. And that also includes great jobs in the fastest growing fields of science, technology, engineering, and math, or STEM. And I know every one of you know that I was not going to leave this stage without putting a plug in for STEM. So we continue to see great things happen, and I'm so appreciative of the new co-chair that I have with Chris Nelson, who is the president and CEO of Kemen. But you know, one example is computer science, and it's one of the fastest growing STEM fields. And which is why, through the initiative, we are looking at how we can make sure that all Iowa students have access to first-rate computer science courses in high school. The most recent information that was available from the Iowa Department of Education found that 39 school districts did not even offer a high school computer course in 2014-15, and this need for better information about high-demand careers and how to prepare for those careers was really reinforced during our 3 Future Ready Iowa roundtables that we had held in October with business and industry and educator leaders and students. So we had students as part of the panel too, to really talk about how we could begin to close the skills gap and what we need to be doing in our schools that can better prepare. The roundtables took place at Waukee Community School District, at the University of Northern Iowa, and at Western Iowa Tech Community College in Sioux City. And I was really pleased. We had a big turnout at every one of the roundtables, a lot of good discussion, a lot of good questions, and some great takeaway from those roundtables. You know, currently we are at about 60%, and so we've got some work to do in order to assure students graduate from high school, again, genuinely prepared for education or career training and the jobs of tomorrow. One of the ideas that we're exploring for the Future Ready Iowa initiative is creating a dynamic online career dashboard that would identify high-demand careers and the education and training pathways that would be required to be prepared and to land those great jobs that are available, as well as where the companies are at around the state of Iowa that can say today, we have X amount of openings and are ready to hire you today. So by bringing together the educational community and our private sector and our students, we will begin to offer a more seamless path towards training and keeping, of course, our best and brightest right here in our state. Just as we witnessed in 2013 when our educational reform, we, as well as everyone here in this room, have proven that by working together, we can achieve great things. So in closing, I just want to tell you that Governor Branstad and I understand your concern about adequate funding for regular school district operating budgets. Right now, pre-K-12 education receives about 43% of the general fund spending this fiscal year. And as most of you know, Iowa's agricultural economy has faced a real slowdown. And the Revenue Estimating Conference has reduced the amount of revenue they believe will be coming into the state with the last report by about $125 million. The December Revenue Estimating Conference will determine how much total revenue that Iowa can spend during the next fiscal year on competing priorities. So we'll have to see what is possible, but I will assure you that on the second day of the legislative session, Governor Branstad will announce not only the condition of the state, but also he will be laying out our recommendation for school funding. So, like you, we are committed to giving Iowa students an education that prepares them to be responsible citizens and to pursue successful careers in this great economy and in this great state. So we're looking forward to continuing the discussion. We're looking forward to continuing to work with you to make sure that both of us can accomplish the common goals that I believe we have in place. So thank you for being here, and thank you again for your service to the students of the state of Iowa. Thank you.